Okay, as you can see, I am now admitted into the hospital. Our baby girl is coming today, not in 3 days. I was planning on doing a 3-day countdown for, for like build-up effect and showing y'all the hospital bag and what's in it. So maybe I want to try to do it before our C-section time, which is today at 4. Lucas right now is at home with Finn, getting him situated. He had a nap, he had lunch, and now he's going to his Oma. And now soon Lucas will be back on his way over here. So I'm a bit like, not nervous, just like, I'm not overwhelmed, just like, oh my gosh, it's like happening. Because this morning I was talking to my sister about like last night was like the first night that Finn was really cuddly like towards Lucas, because usually he's like mama and just wanting me, but for some reason like he was showing like, hey, like I want you to hold me, dad, like, and wanting just a constant touch and constant snuggle. So Lucas was giving him that, and it was so cute to see on the baby phone. And then this morning when me and Lucas were getting ready for the day, and Lucas was getting up for work, he heard like the sound machine from Finn's room, because that would indicate that his door is open. And he got up, and we both see Finn. And he got up so fast, I got up, and I was like, oh, what's going on? And we both see Finn like at the foot of our bed, like I'm here, and just smiling. We're like, this is interesting, because he never really does that yet. We have our door open, we have the baby gate closed, his door is not like locked, so he has definitely he definitely has the option to come in anytime into our room. But that, like, this morning was the first time he ever did that. Like usually he just like starts making noises, like laughing, giggling, or just like saying like, hey, I'm awake. But this morning he came to us, and I was like, wow, like that's crazy. So I was telling my sister that this morning, and then literally after I got off the phone with her, an hour later, after Finn had breakfast, I was getting ready for the day, and I just started having this like almost like a side cramp, like how you have if you like need water after working out, or like you don't have like you get what I mean. Like it's like a normal side cramp. I thought it was, and it just over time got worse. So it's like it was just a subtle and dull, and then it just got more and more. And I thought maybe it was just like our baby girl just like kicking or stretching or doing something. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's just that. But it got more and more and more intense. And so I was like, okay, this is weird. Like, this is not normal. So then I started like, not say panicking, but just like, okay, like I need to clean a little bit. So I started like cleaning and like preparing, and then I texted Lucas and messaged Lucas saying, hey, like I'm having sudden pain on my side. Like I feel like this is not normal. And we actually had an episode a couple weeks back where I was not feeling great either, and we were able to rule out that it's not preeclampsia. So I knew it wasn't that, because I'm right now more so prone to having low blood pressure than high blood pressure. So it was really interesting to see like, okay, like what's going on. And so I'm telling Lucas like, hey, yeah, it's not getting better, it's getting more intense, like almost where there were moments where it was so intense I was like losing, it would take my breath away on how much pain it was, or how much I was in pain. And so I told him that I was like, hey, I'll call you back in 10 minutes. If it's not better, then I'll call you and tell you, hey, like, yeah, I'm gonna come to the hospital. Please call your mom, and please call Kati, which is my sister-in-law, to take me up here. And so in those 10 minutes span, I was like, okay, let's just prepare everything just in case. So I started like making sure our bed is made, making sure Finn has his stuff all together. Everything was like clean and just picked up a bit and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, all right, now I'm good. And then so I called Lucas again. I was like, yeah, it's not getting better. He said, okay, I'll call my mom just so that she's aware what's happening. So I'll call her again to pick up Finn, and you go to Kati. And I was like, okay. So I dropped off Finn, and like unknowingly, not knowing that was the last time, I'm not gonna cry. Not knowing that was the last time I would see him seeing him as my only child. So I don't want to say it was a quick goodbye, but I did like get a kiss goodbye from him, and I did get a kiss goodbye from him, and it's short but sweet, like very, very sweet. And I just didn't know at the time, of course, that that was my last time seeing him as my only child. And you know, I'm incredibly happy. Please know that. I'm just like, oh. I left him with his Oma, and I went with Kati, and we came here. We got checked up on, and they checked up on our baby girl, and she's doing great. And they said, okay, like, it's just one side. I'm like, yeah, just one side. That's the only, like, one spot. And they checked, and they said, hey, this could definitely be contractions. So let's do this, like, kind of test. We're gonna give you this fluid. I don't know the name, but Lucas said I was given it when I had Fynn here. And if it goes away, then that means it's contractions, and you will have your C-section today. And I'm like, oh, okay. So they give me the fluid, and sure enough, it stopped. So now I'm sitting in a room, checked in, as I told you before, waiting for the C-section time to get here. I didn't have breakfast, so the nurse was funny. She's like, this is your breakfast, which is the IV with fluids. So I haven't had breakfast. I'm starving.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it.
I am hangry a little bit. I'm getting there. And I told Lucas, can I just have one? I have a bar from Fynn, like, in my bag. Can I just have that? He's like, no, don't do it. So I'm like, okay, I won't. I'm just very tempted, but I won't do it. And so I'm just trying to stay in bed as much as possible, because when I walk around, I get dizzy because I'm so hungry and haven't eaten. So as of right now, we're just waiting. Things have just gotten from one thing to the next, and I'm just kind of like, wow, like, this is getting real. Like, I'm having a daughter. Like, ugh. Lucas is here. We brought the hospital bags. I'm making her sign now. Yee, getting more real. My sister's here. She can't say hi. Say hi. Oh, she's muted.
Hello, everybody.
Yes. I called her this morning to
3:30 a.m.
3:30 a.m. Yeah. And I have all my snacks here. Lucas brought. So after surgery, I'm like scarfing down food. So I'm right now going through all of her stuff and my stuff and preparing for post-surgery and seeing what I can have out right now. So I'm gonna put the brother on the phone. Yay.
24 hours later.
Huh?
80 hips.
Okay.
Perfect hips.
Perfect hips. Awesome. Yay. So Lucas and a baby girl just got back. She had her hip exam just now. She's looking pretty good. Oh, look at pictures. I don't know what I'm looking at. Awesome. So as you saw, Lucas and our baby girl just got back from a hip ultrasound and a checkup. That's what Fynn did too. And so they're doing that. I was surprised they did it today. The lady told me, not today, but maybe tomorrow, the next day. And but no, she got it done. She's looking good. I'm about to maybe get her back. I'm not sure. Maybe she might go to Lucas. We'll see. And right now I'm just resting. We had a C-section. I'll update y'all in a bit once I get myself more and start moving a bit more. So I'll continue to vlog and do some B-roll. So the first lunch is here. Baby girl is here. Me. We have a salad. It's a gamuse or vegetable risotto, soup, and some yogurt. Okay, so it's sometime later now. Baby girl is sleeping here in her, ooh, get it, in her bed. And I just showered. They finally took out the catheter and like the drain port for the incision from the C-section. And I was able to shower and like clean and just like, oh, finally just feel like myself. However, I'm still feeling a little bit achy down there where the incision is. And so now I'm gonna relax and hopefully get some good sleep tonight, because last night was very hard and very tricky. So yeah, and then tomorrow we're hoping Fynn can come and I'm more so better and I can not be just laying in bed and having all those tubes and all that. Today was not gonna be, I think wasn't gonna be great for him. And I wanted to make sure baby girl was in her bed and sleeping whenever Fynn came. So and it was gonna be hard for me to do that alone. And we do have the nurses here and they're so sweet. We just didn't know how it was gonna go, so we're gonna do it tomorrow. So yeah, I'll update y'all again the next day.
The next day.
So it's a new day, and right now they have our baby girl for the hearing test. This is I think the last really big test that she needs to do, which was the hip and then the hearing test. And they did the same thing to Fynn. So she's there now. Hopefully she stays asleep because she needs to be asleep for the test. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. But yeah. So right now I'm waiting for her. I just had my lunch. I forgot to record it because I was hungry. So I'll do the next meal for sure. And Lucas was here for a bit in the morning, and today's the day that we're going to bring Fynn, and Lucas's mom is coming too, so it's gonna be great for all of us to be here and to see how Finn's gonna be with her. So we're really excited. Yay. Yeah. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Can mommy have a kiss? Hey, baby. Hey. Hi, baby. Miss you. Hey, baby. Miss you so much. I miss you so much, baby. I miss you. Oh, baby. I miss you. Oh. I missed you. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. It's your sister. Yeah. Look what she asked for you. You? Thank you, Sophia. Yeah, thank you, sister. Thank you. Leave it for her. Yeah. You know what? Say yeah, want to give her a kiss? Oh, I'm still recording.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, my heart was just like, beating.
En har sett Sofia och Sofia in
And okay, so it's now the third, I guess my third day of recovery. So Monday was the C-section, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and now today is Thursday. It's the third day of recovery, and we're actually going to be going home today because I feel very good, and I honestly am kind of just ready to go home. I know there's this thing that says, hey, like take the rest while you can in the hospital and everything. However, for me, it's like I want to be in my own bed. I want to be home with Fynn too as well, and with Lucas. I want us all to be home together, and yeah, and I think we're ready. I think we can do it. And I know that throughout this whole video and other videos, I've been saying baby girl and not her name because I wanted to wait until I announced to my family and announced to, I guess, social media before I announced on my YouTube channel. And her name is Sophia. We really liked the name, and Lucas really liked the name. Like Sophia has been his first pick for a girl, even before we found out Fynn was a boy. He was like, Sophia, and I was like, okay, like he really loves the name, and I really honestly didn't have a preference. I'm like, hey, healthy, it's a pretty name, so like why not? And she's beautiful, and we are just so happy she's healthy, doing good, and here with us. Now I'm gonna talk about Monday, like how it all came about, because I was actually supposed to have her today. I scheduled a C-section today, like literally 8 o'clock this morning. It's now almost midday. And what happened was Monday morning, woke up like as normal. I did my morning routine with Fynn. We had breakfast, we got changed and everything. And as I was finishing up like changing and just doing like deodorant, like basic stuff, I got this like sharp, like not sharp, but like almost like uncomfortable side, like almost felt like a cramp, like a side cramp that you get, like, you know, when you're drinking water and then you're running and it's like right there on the side. I'm like, oh, it's uncomfortable. Then it goes away after some time. So like I had that, it was only on my right side. And I was like, huh, okay, that's weird. And I was like I said before, I thought it was just a normal cramp. Eventually it was lingering longer, and I was like, okay, maybe it's Sophia kicking and like pushing on something. And I'm like, yeah, maybe it's just that. So I went back downstairs with Fynn into the living room. He was playing and I was trying to relax and just like, okay, let's see if it goes away. Maybe she'll move. And she moved, but the pain and the feeling of being uncomfortable in that spot was still there. And I was like, huh, okay, that's odd. So then I started like, okay, let's just see if I start moving around a bit more, drink some more water, it will, you know, calm down. However, as I was starting to move around more, the intensity of the you know, the uncomfortableness and like it started to become painful. And it got to a point where there was moments of like sharp pain that literally took my breath away. And that's when I knew, I was like, something is not right. Like it feels very odd. And I messaged Lucas because he went to work, so he was at work, and I knew he was in a morning meeting. So I messaged him and I waited for him to call because I knew he would call. And he called me and I told him what's going on. And he said, I would say come to the hospital. I said, well, okay, let me give me 10 minutes. And if it's still there, then I'll come to the hospital. During those 10 minutes, I tell you, I was max nesting. Like I was cleaning again, making sure everything's good. We had our you know, fresh sheets in our bed, fresh sheets in Finn's bed, just going crazy pretty much. And to the point where I was cleaning and still feeling that pain, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is something else. Then I started getting to cold sweats and I was like, okay, this is now getting something that's, I think, not normal for sure. And so Lucas called me back. I didn't call him. And he said, hey, I talked to my mom, I talked to Kati, who's my sister-in-law, and she will take you to hospital and my mom will watch Fynn. And I was like, okay, sounds great. So I get a call from Kati. I meet her down there, to the car. Fynn goes with Lucas's mom, and we're off to a good day. And before Fynn goes with Lucas's mom, I say bye to him, and we were really working on like saying bye and like him kind of understanding like, hey, it's not bye, it's like bye and see you in a bit kind of thing. So he gave me a kiss and we waved bye and like blew a kiss, and I went to the hospital with Kati. And once we got here, they put me into an examination room, did a CTG on Sophia while she's still, of course, in my stomach. And everything was looking great. Her heart rate's looking good. And as I'm laying there, I'm still feeling that like uncomfortable pain and those little spikes here and now and then of the like breathless, like losing my breath pain. And Lucas made some comments saying like, yeah, like it's kind of showing too that you're having contractions, but it's like on the moments when you are showing that it's intensified. I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes me just like, okay, what's going on? So oh, you are drenched, my dear. Okay, hold on, break. Okay, sorry. We had a little milk spill, so I had to change her. She had milk all over her. So like I was saying, so we did a CTG. She's looking good. Lucas is like, I'm seeing maybe some contractions. I'm like, okay, we just need to figure this out. Like I remember laying there and just holding the right side and just like, I just need to know if I'm staying here or I need to go back home, like, and just push through because this could be normal, you know, maybe Braxton Hicks kind of thing. And come to find out, fast forward, we did like ultrasound. The physician in the gynecology department, she like checked me out and she said like she could, like, it was crazy, like she was just touching my side. She's like, is this intensity, has it intensified? And I'm like, yeah, looking at her like, how do you know? And then she would say, oh, has it gone down a bit? I'm like, yeah. How do you know? and she was like touching my belly and she's like, it's very tight for sure. Very tight for sure. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. So they come to a conclusion or come to a point where they give me this solution through like the IV port thing that one, it will increase my heart rate, but the big thing is that if after 10 minutes, if the side pain goes away, that means it was contractions, or it is my contractions starting. And I'm like, what? Okay. And so I go back to the examination room and they give me the solution, and immediately I start feeling that like accelerated heart rate. My heart's just like, okay, fluttering a bit, and I'm feeling my whole inside just like, let's go, like, woo. And I'm also just like being aware, like, okay, let's see if this side pain goes away. And while this is happening, Lucas is talking to the, I guess colleagues, but people he knows from the gynecology department from our time here with Fynn, and they're like people that I say close to, but like on good terms with. And he's talking to them and I'm like laying there and I'm like, oh, the pain's going away. And then my nurse / midwife at the time, she was awesome the whole day. She was great. So like she looked at me and was like, did it stop? And I'm like, uh-huh. She's like, then you're having a C-section today. I'm like, oh, okay. And it was like at first just like trying to like process, like, okay, like she's coming today. And also it was like for me like, oh my gosh, like how much I prepared but however unprepared I was, because it was not really planned. It was still like spontaneous. And also for me it was like, oh my God, like I felt, not say guilty, but just like, oh, like I didn't really feel like I feel like I didn't give Fynn like a proper like bye. I was like kind of a quick like, okay, I'll be back. Like I'll be back in an hour or two. And however, it wasn't like that. And so it just felt like all these emotions going through my head. And I was like, not like regret, just like, man, it's crazy how much you can prepare for something and it can still go the way way you didn't expect it to go. And it was great, because now I'm like, okay, because like I said before in the last video, this pregnancy has been whoa, and I was ready for her to be out. It was just like, wow, like it's happening. So we got put into this room, and so they scheduled me for a C-section at 4. However, as it got closer to 4 and they prepped me for surgery and everything, my surgeon came in and said, hey, sorry, we have to wait. There's another surgery happening right now, and it's emergency, really emergency case. And I'm like, okay, no problem at all, like totally understandable. And so they did the surgery, and we didn't get into the surgery room until closer to, I think, half past 6, so like 6:30, maybe closer to 7. I think 6:30. And so when got into the surgery room, they did all the we call it pre-op kind of stuff, pre-operation stuff, and it was crazy because like once they gave me all the medicine to get me ready and everything, my blood pressure went really low. And that's because like when I woke up that morning, I didn't eat breakfast. And so when I got here and they said, okay, like you're gonna be having a C-section today and everything, I was like hoping I could eat something because I still hadn't had breakfast. And so when all that was happening, they said, okay, like, so from now on, they brought, I guess water, fluids to help me stay hydrated. And my nurse / midwife, she said, hey, this is your breakfast. And I looked at her like, okay. She was like chuckling and I'm like, okay. And then they brought another one, here's your lunch. I'm like, okay. So it was like literally from waking up with Fynn around 6:30 or 7 till closer to the surgery date, which was 6:30. So it was like 12 hours of no like food. And I was like, hungry. So when that was happening, and then pre-operation and pre-op stuff, like when my blood pressure went low, they gave me some solution to help, glucose, I think it was, something to help with the sugar levels, and it helped for sure. And then once they, they started the surgery, and then it got closer and closer to Sophia being here, me and Lucas were just like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. We're having a daughter, we're having a girl. And then when they got her out and then we heard her crying, we just like started bawling. Me and Lucas just like, oh my gosh, like she's here, she's healthy. We're just so happy. Like it was just amazing. And so Lucas went back with Sophia, with the pediatricians. And she do a basic checkup, making sure she's all fingers and toes and all that good stuff. And they closed me up, sent me to the recovery room. And the big thing that I really wanted to make sure with this C-section is whenever they got Sophia out of me, I wanted to see her and I wanted her on my chest for like a little bit. Like I wanted that experience that I see moms. Okay, sorry again. They brought lunch in. So a big thing that I really wanted for the C-section was to have her on my chest. And my nurse slash midwife, she was like, oh, I got you. And the big thing that was that she was with me from 9 in that morning till in the surgery. And I asked her before we went into the operating room, I asked her, hey, are you gonna be there too? And she's like, yeah, like I'll be the one receiving Sophia in the receiving blanket from the surgeons. I'm like, awesome, like great. And so like I vocalized to her what I wanted. She gave me this like tube top thing that was also used for the CTG that I just needed to pull up from my stomach to over my like chest. And she said that, yeah, like when I grab her, I'll put her right in that thing right on your chest. I'm like, awesome, like thank you so much. She's like, yeah, of course. And so she did that, and so that happened, and I was so happy because that didn't happen with Fynn. It was because it was really early in the morning. I was delirious, and it was kind of just like quick. So that was something I really vocalized with Sophia. And when I went to the recovery room, I also made sure, because last time with Fynn, I was in the recovery room for an hour and a half, close to 2 hours, which now I know is actually part of the procedure, like part of like, making sure that everything is going smoothly, especially after surgery. And, with Fynn, like during that time, I didn't see him the whole time when I was in the recovery room. Like I got him closer to the end, I was in the recovery room. So from, him being, born, and then after waiting an hour and a half to actually hold him and like touch him, it was a long period of time. So I also vocalized that with the nurse and the midwife. She's like, oh no, that is very strange that happened. It won't happen again. And I was like, okay, thank you. So whenever I got to the recovery room, I told the staff there, I was like, hey, I'm ready for my daughter. Whenever the midwives are ready to say that she's good too as well. So they called them, and Lucas came into the room with her, and it was great. Like it was awesome to see her like that fast, like so quickly. And then we were to start breastfeeding, and it was awesome, like really awesome. However, there was some like news that I received from Lucas that Lucas got from the surgeon that did the C-section, and with Fynn, I had a C-section. And because it was a T-cut, I had to do a C-section now with Sophia. And in the operating room, as they were cutting through the layers that you have to cut through to get to the uterus, when the surgeon got to the uterus, he said to Lucas that when he got there and he saw the uterus, he saw that, okay, there's the scar tissue from the last C-section with Fynn. However, he saw there was the fascia. However, he literally didn't see any muscle covering the front wall of my uterus. So literally my uterus was like paper thin. And the surgeon told Lucas like he's very happy that surgery happened today sooner rather than later, because there was a high risk and high chance that my uterus would have ruptured, and it would have been very bad for me and very bad for Sophia. And so he said, okay, like now that your wife is good and your daughter is good, I will strongly advise that y'all don't have any more kids, a natural, pregnancy, like no more kids. And so Lucas told me this, and it was a bit shocking. However, it wasn't something that was like disappointing, because this pregnancy was so like intense and so much of a roller coaster of emotions and challenging for me, for Lucas, and for our family. It really came to a point where me and Lucas were asking each other, like, hey, like, is there a possibility that we want to have a third child? Because I was thinking, once I'm in the operating room, they can go ahead and tie those suckers up down there, and just kind of just we're done with kids. And so we were having those talks and having those questions in the air, and before like literally last week we talked about it, and we said, okay, we'll see, and we'll just see how things go. Maybe I'll get baby fever again, who knows. And so when Lucas told me this, I said, okay, well, there's our answer. And he's like, yeah, that's our answer. So I'm very blessed. I feel very blessed and very lucky that I had 2 healthy pregnancies. My kids are healthy. I have 1 boy, 1 girl, and I'm blessed with that. Like, I'm so lucky. It could have been a complete opposite, you know what I mean? So I'm happy I was able to carry my children for as long as I could possibly can, and they're healthy. That's the biggest thing for me, is that they're healthy. And I feel incredibly lucky. I'm getting emotional. And I feel very, very blessed. And so now, these past couple of days have been like really, honestly awesome, because the week leading up to it, the lack of sleep in the night, because I was so uncomfortable in the pregnancy, especially at night. I had acid reflux. So, during the nights right now are actually better, even though I'm still not getting a crazy amount of sleep. It's so much better than it was before, and I feel more like myself. And just to see, Lucas with Sophia, and we actually had Fynn here yesterday, and it was such an amazing experience, because I missed him so much. And our plan was to make sure that Sophia was in the bed that's provided here in the hospital, and she was in there. So we made sure that like Fynn walked in, he was able to see me, and oh my God, when he saw me and I was like, hey Fynn, he hugged me, and he hugged me so hard. I've never received a hug like that from him ever, and he hugged me so hard, and I didn't know it until later, because also Lucas's mom came to visit as well, that Fynn was hugging me and his eyes were closed. Like, he was just hugging me and his eyes were closed, and he was hugging me so hard. And it was just like literally like holding back tears and holding back sobs, because I missed him so much. Like, I miss my baby boy. It's like the longest I've been away from him, and we've been away from each other. And so after that, we then led him to Sophia and say, look, it's your sister. Look, like it's our baby. Like, look at her. And he was so like, interested, and like also just like, okay, I think I'm good. And what Lucas did was really cool, is that he bought like another car for Fynn, and he put it next to Sophia. And so like, look what Sophia has for you. And he was like, car. So like, he was able to grab it and like play with it. And we said, oh, thank you so much, Sophia, for the gift. And it was just great that he was here. He got to see his sister, and I got to see him, and that made me really want to be home with my family, and all of us to be together. When I saw him and I saw Lucas and I saw us all together in this room together, I was like, I want to be home. And so that really got me into like, okay, like making sure I'm resting, making sure I'm hydrated, making sure I'm eating, making sure she's good. So that's kind of like everything that's been happening so far. We did basic checkups today. She had her final checkup. I had my final checkup for my uterus, and we are planning to go home hopefully in the next couple of hours. And Fynn is going to be here with us. We're all going to go home together as a family. So it'll be really, really awesome. So Lucas will take Sophia in her car seat, and I'll walk out with Fynn, and I'm very, very, very excited to be home, and I'll continue vlogging and hope y'all enjoy. All right, we're going home with Fynn and Sophia.